I'm sure we've all had this situation before where we're at the grocery store, we're walking down the aisle, we see the organic produce and we see the conventional produce, or we see the organic milk and we see the conventional milk, and we think, which is better? What's this all about? Um, well, just to start off, uh, you know, milk, organic milk costs $4.09. Conventional milk costs $2.99 per gallon. So we're thinking, wow, it's so much different, so much more expensive to go organic, but everybody tells us that this is the best thing to buy. What is the best thing to buy? I am interested in health, and I've done a lot of research on this specific topic just for this speech, and I wanted to share some of the information that I got from doing this research. And so this paper, or this speech, is based around the idea of skipping the organic produce and sticking to conventional, and some of the reasons why that might be a good choice for you. Um, so first of all, we talked little bit about it in the opener. A gallon of organic milk costs $4.09 versus conventional of $2.99, according to a poll taken in the magazine Metro Parent. In a Slate article, a woman talks about how she only bought organic when her child was little, and the older and older that her son got, the more and more she wondered if the $7 pint of organic strawberries was worth it, especially since he was going through one every 2 days. So she was thinking, I need to do some research as well. She was thinking some of the same things that a lot of us think. The second thing that I wanted to touch on was, is organic more nutritionally sound? A Stanford study that has been cited a lot recently found that, in fact, organic does not lead to general better nutrition. With that being said, a person must understand that pesticides are a problem on both sides of the coin. That's one of the issues that people bring up all the time, is that organic farmers don't use pesticides and conventional farmers do. But organic does not necessarily mean pesticide-free. There are synthetic, which is used in conventional farming, and natural pesticides that are used in organic farming. Rotenone is a commonly used pesticide in organic farming, and it is far more toxic than a lot of conventional pesticides. The EPA has set exposure limits per day for that pesticide at 0.004 milligrams per kilogram of body weight per day. Compare that with a commonly used synthetic pesticide, malathion, which has a limit of 0.02 milligrams per kilogram of body weight per day. That is 5 times more the amount than rotenone. Roundup's exposure is 0.1 milligrams per kilogram per day. That's 25 times more toxic than rotenone. People might say that organic farmers don't use pesticides if they don't have to. It's kind of a last resort, which is true with organic farming, but it's also true with conventional farmers. Conventional farmers don't want to spray if they don't have to because it's very expensive. But they're finding that they need to. It just depends on where they're at, what the soil's like, what the plants are like, what the bugs are like in that area. The problem is that farmers often, to quote Linda Chalker Scott, a professor of horticulture and landscape at Washington University, the problem is that farmers often have to use a lot of natural pesticides because they break down faster. One of the benefits of some of the more traditional synthetic pesticides is that they have been manufactured to be more effective at lower doses. So to sum up what she was saying is that uh, organic farmers have to use a lot more natural pesticides because they break down faster, whereas with traditional farming, synthetic pesticides have developed so much that they're made to be more effective at lower doses. The last thing I wanted to touch on was eating more fruits and vegetables, conventional or organic, is beneficial to our bodies. Proper and safe practices when eating your fruits and vegetables is always advised, whether organic or conventional. Research suggests that with most all fruits and vegetables, tap water rinsing and rubbing diminishes the amount of pesticide residue. But the limits um, that the government sets out with pesticide use are way under the amount that it would take for someone to get sick because of pesticides. Melinda Winter Moyer of Slate said, "If you ever did ingest a pesticide at or above the EPA's limit, you wouldn't suddenly kill over and die. The agency sets pesticide limits at least 100 times lower than the lowest dose that caused any sign of harm, however minimal, to animals when they were fed that amount every day for most of their lives." She also stated that, "I've walked into markets with a hungry kid and been so afraid to buy the conventional apple that I've gotten him the snack pack of Annie's crackers instead. And I know that there are parents who buy the Peter Rabbit organic fruit patches at Starbucks because they don't know whether the bananas on display are organic. These aren't very smart moves," she said. "It is far, far better for your kids' long-term health to get them in the habit of eating whole fruits and vegetables, regardless of what type of farm they came from, than to give them pretty much anything else to eat, no matter how organic or all natural it may be." So, in conclusion, all of this information tells me that if we want to be healthy, what we should be doing is getting more fruits and vegetables, and that we should stop worrying about whether or not it is organic or conventional. We should practice safe washing and prep habits, and um, we will be fine. After the research I did, I feel confident in that, and that's the end of my speech. Thank you.